Hello and welcome to a Pair of Dice Lost podcasting channel. My name is Brendan and I'll be your storyteller for the evening. When last we left the party, they had gotten onto the express elevator to the Big Apple, but things are not always as they appear in the Umbra, and now the quick ride up had turned into a ride down in the express Hellevator. Can our group of Exalts deal with their past, their family, and their futures? This is Exalted vs. World of Darkness, Friendly Neighborhood Exalts, Episode 19, Murphy's Law. So, Cass, with a little bit of a bumpy start here, you did go out into a waiting room. This waiting room looks like any kind of the lounge sounds like the worst word for it, but like the waiting room in like a hospital where there's like benches and everybody's just kind of like waiting for like their number to be called. There's a few people who you kind of recognize. Your introduction to religion class teacher, some girl who looks like Francisco Lucky is there. You also see people who look kind of similar to your circle mates, but some of the features are a little bit off. Like maybe Liv's eyes are the wrong shade, or Lenny has grown out a fantastic mustache, or Marcy is also like 2 feet too tall.
Oh, so improvements. Got it.
Wow.
I'm not sure that Marcy being like 7 foot something is necessarily an improvement.
I'm compensating for short characters that she plays sometimes.
Tyler will remember this.
Marcy is 5'8". Thank you very much. Now add 2 extra feet to that.
Yep.
What do you do?
It looks like a typical waiting room. You said they're waiting for numbers to be called?
Yeah, it looks like they're waiting for like numbers to be called, more or less. Like how you would in like an old style waiting room. Like the DMV, like now serving D63.
Do I weirdly have a number on me somehow already? Because obviously this is some weird bullshit.
Did you check your pockets?
I'm looking in my hands, I'm checking like my pockets and anywhere that you could kind of hide something like that.
You check your pockets and you find you do find one that says S5. The S and the 5 look like they are made out of string.
What number is currently up?
Well, as you look up, there is a sudden PA announcement that goes, "Now serving S5. S5, please report to interrogations."
Right.
So your mom and dad are setting up for dinner, and by setting up, I mean that they are sitting at the dinner table, drinking celebratory champagne, as some of the house staff, because as we've established, your parents are kind of rich-ish, is serving a large dinner for the 3 of you.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly and cautiously walk over to the table and I guess take a seat, keeping an eye out for anything off.
Sure. If you could make me a perception and alertness roll would do. Difficulty 7.
Okay.
That is still 1 success since 10s are doubled.
Oh yeah.
So one of the things that does strike you as a little bit odd is that as you look out the dining room window, the trees out there are in full bloom. It was at least November something. It was like post-Halloween, if not December, when you guys went into the Empire State Building.
Oh, yeah. Other than that, does anything seem off with, like, my parents or anything?
They're sitting there, having some celebratory champagne, and the conversation turns to something that you believe that you've heard before. Your mother, I don't think we ever gave her a name. Do you want to give her a name, or do you want to give your parents names now, or do you want me to just come up with them?
You can just come up with them, that's fine.
Alright. Jasmine Bartello. Oh, yes, Marcy, have a seat. Your father was just telling us about how that he had helped crush a union that was trying to form for the new Amazon workforce. Can you believe those poor people trying to unionize? And your father, James Bartello, you're just like, oh, yes. It's nice to see. It's nice to hear about your own exploits. But those poor people. But we had to do it. There's no way we'd be able to afford a 5th yacht without it. You do recall that this is a conversation that has happened before, but back then you didn't have the kind of power that you do now. You can kind of feel it in your very being that you could start using charms if you needed to.
Oh.
What was I in for again?
Oh, mine's the syntax error floor.
The name of her floor is Forget-Me-Nots.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna look around. Is there any signs, any indication of where interrogation is at?
You do, in fact, see some signs that point you in the way of interrogations this way.
What other signs are there?
New arrivals, departures, torture.
Well, I guess that's, is interrogation and torture the same direction?
They are not.
That's hopefully promising. Okay, I guess I'm going to slowly meander in the direction of interrogation. Kind of looking around, seeing if there's other doors along the way, if they might have a window in them, any observation rooms or anything like that. Just kind of getting the general scope of the area.
You do see a couple places that have... You do actually pass by a few offices that have, like, windows in like, small slat windows in the doors.
I'm gonna peek in one. Just like, slowly walk by and just let my head drift over and peek in.
All right. You peek into a room that under normal circumstances should have been an office, but in this case is in fact what would best be described as some kind of weird BDSM torture den. There is a man that looks like he is composed mostly of electricity.
Okay.
Bound to what looks like a metal chair, and something that looks a little bit more human is whipping him, but the best way that you can tell is that the whip itself is rubber or some kind of insulating material. As that it passes through the electricity parts, it actually cancels it out, and you can tell that it looks like this thing is in extreme pain when this happens.
Gotcha. Gonna keep walking along. Is that the only thing that's in? Is that the only thing that's in the room? Is just that happening?
Yes, that is the only thing that is in that room.
There's no other windows in there. It's literally just these two things and a chair with a insulated whip.
Yep.
Okay.
So you keep meandering along, and you eventually do get to interrogations.
Does it look like a normal door?
Yes, it looks like a perfectly normal door. Inside there is a chair, a lamp, a table, and... 6 chairs, a lamp, and a table.
Are there any people in there? Any creatures in there?
Not at the moment, no.
I'm gonna try and look around, see if anybody else in the hallway, or it looks like they're heading down this way. Is this like at the end of the hallway, or as I'm going along, or like around a corner? Like
it is
where?
More or less directly in the middle of the hallway.
Okay.
The hallway continues down for quite a while, way farther than the actual space of the Empire State Building would have normally allowed.
Makes sense. Is there anybody coming for either direction?
Yes, actually, as you look up, you didn't notice them before, but approaching you from the further end of the hallway are 3 women. Each of them is wearing a business suit. Heels are clicking in unison. The only thing that really defines them, besides different skin tones and, most of their features are relatively the same. They are of more or less the same height, the same kind of slender serious business women build. And their suits are more or less the same. Skin tones are obviously different between each of them, but hair is a serious, pulled back, straight black.
They all look around the same age?
They all look almost... if they are a day apart, you'd be surprised.
Okay. So essentially they probably are perceivably like triplets.
Yes, potentially. And the other thing that you do notice about them that kind of distinguishes them is that they each have different scarves. Like, they're the same style of scarf, but they are different colors. There's red, blue, yellow, black, and white. As you turn and notice that there are 2 women that are approaching from behind you.
Okay.
In the same kind of business dress.
I'm just gonna kind of wait by the door. I'm not gonna go in yet.
They proceed to make their pincer attack on you. And one of them with the blue scarf puts her hand out onto your shoulder. Hello, Miss Roller. It's so nice to meet you. We're here to do a business assessment of you. If you could please lead the way.
I'm guessing the ash pile of Simple Man Freebird stayed in the elevator.
That it did.
I'm still staring at the door.
So you can hear the tippy-tap of fingers on computers, on computer keys, the keyboard, as Terry is rapidly typing something into an open computer.
I'm just gonna calmly... Terry, how'd you get here?
Terry looks up at you with a crazed look in his eyes. Leonard, when did you get here? How'd you find me?
Well, I took the elevator, but the elevator killed my dog.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. Listen, man, so... I don't know why you're here, but you know what? Thank God you are, man, because I know they're gonna find me soon, and I need you.
You'll be safe as long as you're with me.
I know, but...
break this place.
I know, bud. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. So listen, man. I'm getting all the information I needed off of these computers. You see, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always Terry the garbage man. I wasn't always conspiracy theory Terry. I wasn't always that. I used to have a job, man, working in this building, man. And then.
Oh, in this building.
Yeah, in this building. But here's the thing, man. They all took it from me. This old money family. They're related to the aliens, and they took it from me. They've been keeping us down.
What old money family?
This old money family, man. I had the scoop on them. I was gonna bring it to Fox News, and I was going to expose them. They had ties with the aliens, but I'm here to steal that data and take my old life back. Those old money Australians aren't going to keep me down.
What's wrong, Cody?
Everything's wrong.
Cody, as this is going on, you can hear the sound of a helicopter outside as floodlights are shined in, and Terry, noticing this, grabs you and with a strength that you didn't know that this old homeless man had, for a moment is able to drag you behind one of the partitions that separates the office cubicles. They're here. They're here to get me. That's the... Do you hear it? Do you hear the chopper whirring? That's the sound of Foster's M180. It's Australian for helicopter.
Brendan, I can't. Stop, please. What a shitty reference.
No.
Wait, what happened? I was writing notes I didn't hear. What happened?
It's a Foster's M180. That's Australian for helicopter.
How long did you take to think up with that joke?
About 5 seconds, it just came into my head.
Motherfucker.
As Liv goes into the pre-operating theater for surgery, a couple of assistants come by and, in kind of a whirl of movement, go to get you dressed in hospital scrubs.
Okay.
They are quick and efficient at their job, and they are speaking. Okay, all right, sir. Thank you for coming into the surgical office on such short notice, but this is a personal favor from the director of the hospital, so, it'll help you get all those extra things you've been asking for your own side projects. So the subject today is actually someone who was shot in some gang violence. It's a man named George Testa. Some of the police reports are coming in saying that he's a made man who works for the local Giovanni crime family. I just wanted to let you know that he is known for, some really shady shit, before you agree to do this, do no harm and all that, but, you could always just pass this off to someone else. Before they give you the opportunity to talk, they do, show you a picture of him. And you know this person very well, because it looks exactly like Oliver.
Hey.
It looks like that he has been shot, particularly through the lungs, once. And they look to you, and they wait to see what that you'll do.
I take a deep breath, and I go into the operating.
Okay.
Without a word.
Without a word? Okay. Britt, what are you doing? Your family is basically talking about how that they're, to put it in really, really basic terms, kind of slimy corporate lawyers. And how they love being slimy corporate lawyers because it buys them more toys.
So, they're currently celebrating this whole shutting down this union thing. I'm going to sit down. Oh, I'm sitting down, and there's food and stuff there in front of us, like the dinner's been prepared.
Yes, food is being brought out by the by the waiting staff.
So I'm just gonna nonchalantly mention to my corporate lawyer parents that I'm dropping out of law classes and following my dream into something better for the people.
Marcy, you're dropping out of law classes, but then how will you carry on the family business? Yes, darling, how will you ever carry on the family business? We even had someone lined up for you to help out. We had a suitor of Mr. Beth Jesus coming to help you out.
I hate everything about this.
Just cut your losses and shoot them now.
Yeah, I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to help the people and not, like, in a different way.
So what, you'll become some sort of, like, army person? Real estate contractor? Yacht club owner?
No. How about...
Human hunting? Oh, no, dear, we don't talk about that. Oh, yes, you're right.
Did you just say human hunting?
No, definitely did not say anything like that.
Shout out to murder vacations, am I right?
Yeah, I'm not about that life. And if you guys can't, support that, then I will, go talk about this with my uncle, whose name we never got, or I can't remember.
I believe it's you can't remember. Doom Prepper Dylan.
So, yeah, I think I'm gonna... Maybe I'll follow in Uncle Dylan's footsteps.
What, go out and start hunting cryptids like a peasant? You know, just because our family did that for generations here in the island of Manhattan does not mean that you have to do it as well. We hunted those Jersey Devils to death.
Yeah, and just because you guys are lawyers doesn't mean I have to do that as well.
But darling, however will you thrive and eat the best caviar?
You know what? I don't even like caviar.
Like gasp! How could? Your father stands up and stabs a knife into a turkey. Like, really angry stabs a knife into a turkey. Young lady, I will not have that kind of talk at my dinner table! Apologize.
I'm going to point back behind me to interrogation with my thumbs. I assume it's going to be in this room?
Yes, we've tried to have the name changed, but, some people like the old ways.
Yeah, it definitely is a little off-putting, because interrogation, I suppose, not here doesn't have a good connotation with it.
Interrogation never has a good connotation with it, but, some people consider a job interview to be an interrogation as well. Now, if you would proceed, we're going to begin with the job assessment.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try and open the door.
You open the door successfully.
I'm going to hold it open from them and just kind of hold my hand out to be like, you guys first.
They proceed in. As that each one of them passes by you, in your, they each take out a manila folder and hand it to you, in your free arm.
So I've got 5 manila folders now?
Yes, you have 5 manila folders now.
Are these, chunky vanilla folders, or...?
3 of them are not chunky, 1 is pretty full, and 1 is a Chonkosaurus Rex.
Chonkosaurus Rex.
An absolute fucking unit of a manila folder. So the 5 of them go in, and the 5 chairs that they were going to be sitting at are on one side, and then the 6th chair is on the other side for you.
The temptation to ruin this, or potentially ruin this, and just grab these folders and run. But I want to play this out. I'm curious.
Whatever you want to do.
Nah, I'm curious. So I'm gonna go in and take the seat. I'm gonna cross my legs and sit the folders on my lap. I'm gonna have the biggest one on the bottom and just kind of go up to the smaller ones on top. And put my hands folded on top of them. Look at each of them in turn. And then be like, okay, so you're evaluating me? If I may ask your names so I know who I'm speaking to or what to address you by?
Yes, no worries. We are the Five Maidens. It's nice to finally make your acquaintance. They kind of look to you and go, would etched moments be better?
No, Cass is fine.
So you wish to continue to go by your code name. Excellent. We appreciate the dedication to the bit.
It makes it easier overall. Plus, it's shorter.
Fair enough. Well then, let us begin the interrogation.
Brendan, real quick, am I to assume that the Chonkosaurus Rex folder is secrets, the chonky one is battles, and the other three are serenity, journeys, and...
endings? You did get which ones are chonky right, but you actually got them reversed.
Really? Interesting.
Yes. Well, you guys have been doing a lot of combat.
That's fair.
About how far away is the Foster's Open 180?
It is about, it's close. It's real close. Like, it's obviously not inside the building with you, but it's close.
Huh. Terry, would you like me to get rid of the helicopter for you?
Leonard, I don't know that you're going to be able to do that, but yeah, I would certainly appreciate that. Don't let them get me. And with that, Cody, there is a sudden crash of glass exploding inwards. Luckily enough, the partition takes all the glass shards from hitting you.
Oh, good. Now I don't need to figure out a way to make it explode outwards.
Yeah, exactly. There is, however, a slight problem.
And that problem is...
Oi, Terry! You right fucking bastard! What are you all doing here? You can hear the thick Australian accent as you definitely know the voice of one of your sisters. One of the dragon-blooded sisters.
I'm gonna peek over the partition.
Yeah, you see, when you peek over, you see your sisters, Grace and Ava, the two dragon-blooded girls.
Hey, Grace! Ava, what are y'all doing here?
Leonard, what are you doing here?
I'm hanging out with my best buddy, obviously.
Right, Leonard, I hate to tell you this, but, that farm upstate ain't real.
So, you mean Simple Man Freebird's dead?
Yeah, Ma just didn't have the heart to tell you.
But how'd Ma know he was dead? She wasn't in the elevator.
Crikey, did you bang your head again, Leonard?
No, Simple Man Freebird was in the elevator with us. And then he tried to follow me out, and then this place killed him.
Yeah, well, that might happen when we've got spies trying to hack into our databases. Now, Leonard, do us a favor. If you see a crazy old man talking about conspiracy theories, can you please just give them here? We're trying to take care of some loose ends, and it'd really help the family out if you could do that. What do you do?
No. Terry's my friend.
Crikey, Leonard, is that a no, like you don't know where he is, or no, you're gonna just disobey what your sisters are saying?
Yes.
Leonard,
if I did know where Terry was, I can't let you hurt my friend.
Leonard, you do understand that friend of yours is one of the reasons that some information got leaked to the Night Societies, and that Ma and Pa are always having so much trouble, right?
He's not going to leak any more information.
Terry looks up at you very confused, because that is clearly not what he wants to do.
Because if Terry leaks any more information, he knows that means that I've got to fight him, and I don't want to fight him because he's my best friend, and Terry wouldn't do that to me. Terry wouldn't put me in the situation.
You're being truthful to them. I guess give me a charisma and expression roll? Or if you can think of something else that would fit better as an ability, but it's definitely a charisma-based roll.
Where is expression? Oh, I've got nothing in there. Dope.
If you see any other social ability that you think might fit a little bit better that you do have points in, just let me know.
Brawl.
Unfortunately, this is not the Yakuza series, and the way to learn how someone acts is through punching them. So, unfortunately, that is not this game.
Nah, I'll roll charisma.
All right, difficulty 6, because they're your sisters and they trust you.
That's a 0.
That is a net 0. Leonard, I hate to do this to you, little brother, but just hand the guy over or get out of our way. This is a direct business that's going to help us get Ma back.
Hey, Brendan, it's if you use 3 essence in a scene, typically it pops, right? Or is
Typically
it just if you use 3 essence?
Typically, it pops if you use 3 essence in a scene. Because you guys are in the Umbra, it is 2.
That's fine. That's all I need to know for stuff and things.
You are sitting across from the 5 maidens.
Okay, just for reference, you said yellow was going to be Saturn for this?
Yes.
What, and then red's gonna be battles. Who did you decide to make blue?
Blue was Jupiter, so secrets. That's why Blue handed you one of the chunky folders.
Gotcha. I just want to know what you're lining them up as, so I address them.
And I think Black was...
Did you do that
Journeys?
as endings?
Well, no, Saturn should be endings, right?
Saturn is endings, yes.
Yeah, so then Black would be endings and white would be serenity. Or not endings, fucking journeys and white would be serenity by that logic.
So, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop Auspicious Prospects of Secrets. I'm gonna spend the essence for it and then I'm gonna roll for it. And that basically gives me a 6th sense to know what I should conceal and reveal.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. It's mostly kind of like in your hands as the storyteller, but it helps me with it.
If you start saying stuff that you shouldn't be telling them about, I will let you know. And basically, me cutting in will be the charm going off of me. Like, wait, no, that's not how it happened.
Yeah, I'd say that was a success.
Wow, holy shit!
Yeah, 'cause the difficulty's 6. So that's 6 successes on that. 5 successes.
Yeah, 5. That's pretty good.
Yep. I can send you the charm too if you.
No, you're fine.
So I'm sitting there and I'm gonna pop that. It's 1 essence, and then I'm gonna look to them and be like, so first question, how do I know you are who you say you are?
Well, dear, that's a very good question, and something that you should certainly be asking, as that you certainly should not trust everything you see at face value. Now, you can't possibly know, but suffice it to say that if we aren't who that you think that we are, you should know that we do have ways to get in contact with those people. It's kind of it looks like they're all thinking for a moment, as if they're all sharing one brain, and then Jupiter responds with, it's our little club secret, you know?
Okay. I'm gonna look at the tops of the folders. Are they actually labeled?
They are, in fact, labeled. They are labeled their appropriate. Labeling. Like, so the battles, the big chunky one is labeled as like combat assessment. The regular chunk is labeled as ability to keep. Covert ops assessment.
Covert ops.
And then the other 3 are labeled as basic. The Serenities folder is labeled as personal expenses. The Journeys one is labeled as business expenses, and the Endings one is labeled as KDA ratio. So like kill, deaths, assists.
Yep, I know. I played League and other games that have that. Okay, so basically they're more or less telling me, like, we understand if you don't trust us, you're just gonna have to kind of take it at face value right now.
Yep, pretty much. What do you want to do? I guess that they haven't really explained what's going on.
Yeah.
So, as we said out in the hallway, this is the official assessment after your first quarter working for the company. We wanted to make sure that you understood the rules, regulations, and that you were keeping up the work that you're supposed to be doing. Now, we have noticed that your favored attribute, they tap at the big chonky manila folder, and they just kind of go, this does not exactly fall in line with your natural purview, and they tap on the secrets folder. And we're willing to accept that, sometimes when you trek with a certain circle, you have to do certain things, but we would like it if you could have a nicer workload balance between your two favored folders.
I will keep that in mind for the future.
Excellent. We love it when the employees are open to constructive criticism. Now, we have noticed that they point at the business, the Journeys folder, the business expenses folder, and the Serenities folder. What do they call it? The pleasure expenses, whatever.
The personal expenses?
That's what it is, personal expenses. We did notice that there is a slight overlap here. They open up both, and they basically show, like, a couple of copied receipts that look completely, that look pretty real, and, like, things that you've bought. And some of them are for, like, gambling tokens and stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's been but it's in the Journeys. It's in the Journeys part of it. A thing for, like, cigarettes is in, or no, not cigarettes. A thing for an archaeologist costume is in the personal expenses. And mm-hmm. the two maidens that would be associated with that just kind of go, well, you see, we're a little concerned that you accidentally misfiled these. We're not sure what you were thinking, but these would obviously have to go in the opposite folders. The archaeologist thing is part of business. Even if you are pretending to be someone else, we are watching, so we understand that is part of the business. Your gambling addiction, on the other hand, would clearly go in the personnel file. Can you make sure to file things away properly next time?
Do you have a pen that I can take notes?
Immediately, all 5 of them produce fountain pens.
I'm gonna pull... Are they different colors? I know that's a weird question.
Yes, they are. They're all going to write in formal black ink, but they are all different colors that correspond to each of them.
I'm gonna go ahead and grab the secrets one and start kind of like making... will I be able to keep a copy of these?
Yes, of course. Everything has to be filed in triplicate at the office here. We've had your assistants doing it for you now, but, just make sure that from now on that maybe you check in at the head branch every now and again.
I'm just going to start jotting stuff down on top of the manila folders.
Upon the operating table, you can see down to every little small scar that you had had up until that very moment when Oliver died, that the body before you is an exact clone of you. Well, of Oliver.
Right.
It is hooked up and able to breathe, but it, if not attended, will most certainly die.
Tyler, infect him with plague.
No! I'm going to spend an essence to use through dead eyes to get the bonus on medical rolls and see through the damaged tissue and stuff.
Excellent.
I have to make a medicine and intelligence roll, so I just need to get one success for it to work, though.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm good. And then I guess I'll just make a medicine roll to see what I can do.
Okay, go ahead and make that. Difficulty 6. Yeah, with 3, you know exactly how to fix this if you so wish. Do you do that?
Do I know any more about, like, the after effects of fixing this? Like, medically, like, quality of life and stuff?
The after effects of fixing the thing before you, or the after effects of if you have the curse pop off?
Yes. Both of those things.
If that you fix this this person before you that looks like you gets to live, you know that you can do it. It might take you some time, but you know that you can do it. As far as the effects of saving a life, you've actually never had it happen. It's just been one of those things that you shouldn't do.
And the paperwork for this patient is someone who's like a member of a mob.
Yes, not just any mob. It specifically says that they are known for being part of the Giovanni crime family.
If this is me supposed to be a medical professional, it doesn't matter who it is. It could have been the guy who literally shot me and killed me on the table, and I still would have a moral obligation to do my best to save the life. So I will.
Okay.
If anything, for just maybe the one time I can do this after having Exalted and not feel shitty about it.
Okay. So Tyler, you managed to do this thing. You do save the person on the table, and until that I let you know differently, you know that the thing which controls your exaltation is incredibly angry at you, and your Spectre notoriety is more or less reversed. I have hit you with the reverse Uno card. The Spectres now dislike you until otherwise noted.
All right, the old know you. All right,
Tyler, I'm going to just let you know right now. As you save this person's life, the operating room and the garments around you fade, and you are sitting on. And when you close your eyes for a moment and then open them, you are sitting on a couch on floor 101 of the Empire State Building.
What is floor 101?
The Empire State Building is only 102 floors, so it's like the floor right below the top.
Got it. I suppose I'll just wait there.
Tyler, for solving my surgery puzzle, the spirits of this place have decided to power up your that mask that you have.
Okay.
The mask now allows you to, while wearing it, since it's like basically your mask that you've been using for going out and stuff. What the mask allows you to do is the mask, as it abyssals can drain essence from people, this mask, while worn, now allows you to also drain essence from nearby ghosts and spirits.
So my mask can draw power from nearby spirits and ghosts and stuff.
And also, if you actually use your vampire fangs now to drain essence from actual beings like people and stuff, you now get double the amount.
When you say double, you mean double the essence back?
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you would normally try and drain someone, and you would normally get 1 essence from them, you would actually get 2. Or if you would get 2, you would get 4.
Gotcha. Would something else have happened had I chose to not save the body? So yeah, I just wait up. I wait upstairs then.
big thank you to everyone who's been listening to our adventures. We're so happy to have the opportunity to share them with you. You can follow us on your podcatcher of choice at apairofdicelost, and remember, if you liked what you heard, leave a like, give us a comment, maybe shout out your favorite moment, and if you can, give us a review. It helps us get out to more people so they can share in our adventures. We also have a Twitter and Facebook page where we post about RPG things or give updates on what we're doing. Our theme song in this episode is Epic Blockbuster 2 by Raphael Crux. Music in this episode was also provided by Raphael Crux, Kevin MacLeod, and Komiku. If you'd like to contact us, you can do so through Facebook, Twitter, or email, all at apairofdicelost, and that email is apairofdicelost@gmail.com. Next week, we will see if the rest of the group can meet Liv at the top of the tower, or will the Prince of Death be left all by himself? You'll have to come back next week to find out. And remember, as your GM, I saw that cool thing you did, so have some stunt dice.